Welcome back to 11 to last 20. Next on our countdown is a player whose fierce and skillful competitiveness led her team to many Section League and District 3 championships. Check her out.
Number 7, Warwick's Paige Latos, 3-time All-State, 2005 All-American, 52 goals as a Warrior.
Paige played with a lot of passion, a lot of intensity, and she was just another one of those players that did a lot of things well for Warwick.
Tonight's player of the game is number 6, Paige Latos. Had 3 goals and 1 assist.
Paige was a tough player. And that's what I like about coaching, that tenacity in kids, and they're just fierce. Just fierce and saying, hey, I'm coming at you, so look out, here I come.
Hard drive.
Oh, it's Paige Latos.
Yep, through the 5-hole.
Oh, beautiful.
Just that player who really, and gosh, we were still playing on grass at that time, and remember her just being able to eliminate and handle the ball so well on a grass surface.
It's Paige Latos with the ball, and it's in again.
And was just a threat to be able to get into the circle quickly and do something, with the ball.
Paige, I knew could beat me with her skill. I could try to outsmart her, and I could try to, force her one direction. I could try to force her into a double team, but probably 8 times out of 10, she was gonna beat me before I even stepped up to the ball. They were just very textbook skilled. Their technique was always so sound. And Paige's hands, man, her stick skills, she was tight in her body. She's never really giving you a chance to take the ball from her. And that's pretty terrifying to go up as a defender, knowing that. And again, anytime they come into the circle, Paige was either gonna, again, get a shot off or put the ball in my feet and draw a corner. Not great odds if you're a defender on the opposing team.
She was a 2-time All-American, went on to Michigan and had a great career there. I was able to do a little bit of research and saw that, during her career at Michigan, she had a week where she played some at forward, some at midfield, and actually won the conference's Defensive Player of the Week honor. So what's that tell you about her athleticism?
Paige just brought everything. She had it all.
Paige Latos picks it up and gets it right by the keeper over into the right side of the cage.
She had it all. And those are the kind of kids that you just gotta love. And as a coach, it made my job easy.
Number 6, Warwick's Meredith Way, 2-time LL League All-Star, 2006 All-State and All-American.
Meredith is what you would consider like a true Warwick field hockey player.
Remember her as just being a player that stood out on the field. You always wanted to know where Meredith was, and you wanted to have your team kind of keep the ball away from her as much as possible.
She just played one heck of a ball game, didn't she? Defensively and
just not only her scoring.
And I had I don't know if you call it the pleasure at the time, of going against her a number of different times. Meredith was one. If she was coming down the field with the ball, I was giving myself like at least a 15 to 20 step cushion, because if that was a foot race, I was not coming out on the winning end.
What I remember most about her is just how physically imposing she was and how she looked on the pitch in high school. She looked like a Division I athlete at that time. I mean, obviously she went on to have a great career at University of Michigan, but when she was in high school, she looked like a Division I athlete playing against high school girls.
That's sitting right there.
There it is, and it's in again. That's her second goal.
She was like somewhere between 5'8", 5'10", and just a strong athlete. And she put a step on the field. She came to play.
Meredith was strong. She was dynamic. If she got in the circle with the ball, it was either going to be a rocket shot.
Oh, and there's another rocket shot.
That's
in.
Oh, wow.
That was probably going to find the back of the cage, or she was going to put the ball on my feet and draw a corner.
Nice dribbling there around 2 defenders.
Stick interference.
Neither of those were ideal situations for me as an opposing defender, so you just tried to keep your feet moving, keep your stick low, and hope to God you might get a turnover. And she was all over the field as well. I mean, she was, huge part of that forward line, but she would redefend constantly. So you might get the turnover, but you've got to work twice as hard to get that ball over your 50-yard line and into your attacking end, because that forward line and those midfielders were coming after you hard.
Yeah, she made a huge difference for us in that time too. Yeah, 06.
That's a game.
That's the ball game. So the 2006 Lancaster Lebanon League champions goes to Warwick Lady Warriors.
Number 5, Calico's Jordan Paige, 2010 All-State and All-American, 66 goals, 72 assists as a Lady Eagle.
Calico is led by Jordan Paige, so it'll be key for Ephrata today to really try and shut her down.
Jordan actually kind of spent a lot of time around us growing up. She would have been, I think, in elementary school, maybe middle school, right as we were rising through, and her mom was our coach. And Jordan had better stick skills than me probably by the time that she was like 8.
Shot and goal. Jordan Paige.
She was such a mature player for a high school player. And I think it's difficult for really good athletes at the high school level to bring the players up around them. But I think Jordan was just really good at that. You know, she had such good field vision, and she knew when to pass the ball, and she knew when to hold on to it.
Here's Paige, shot high, back of the cage, and in for the score.
And she just made her teammates better.
The ball always went through her. If she had to take it up the field by herself, she would. She was just one of the best field hockey players I've ever seen at the high school level.
Shot by Jordan Paige and goal.
Having the opportunity to coach your daughter and do what we did at Calico during that timeline was just, as you can see, fun, emotional, and just a wonderful experience. Jordan was unfortunately a mini-me on the field. Jordan had a lot of opportunities that she was presented with, and we're very grateful for going through the U.S. system, and Jordan brought those experiences and accomplishments back to the team and just led our program from the field and was able to make the players around her better. It was just, her career in high school was fun. It was extremely fun and rewarding to make it to a state championship game, something that had not been done in female sports history at Calico, I think, to date, is kind of rewarding, and to share that with your daughter is even more special.
You could tell that she generally loved field hockey. It wasn't because her mom was coaching and she's had to spend all her time with us. She really enjoyed playing, and obviously that served her well later in her career. Starting from such a young age, you know, you would think that somebody might get tired of it at some point, but you can tell that Jordan has just always had a love for the game, and that's something that carries you through when you don't have it in you. You don't think you can make that last sprint. You can't beat, you know, your opponent for that last ball. That's the fire that takes you to the next level, and she's always had that. Not every player can say that. So for her to have committed to the game as long as she has definitely speaks to her desire to want to continue down that path.
To watch her continue on at Syracuse, you know, have the opportunity to play alongside some great players like Alyssa Manley was just, you know, just added to those fun times. Not everybody's able to coach their daughter, and we just had a really good relationship, and everything that we experienced together.
Number 4, Warwick's Kirsten Wood, 3-time All-State, 2-time All-American, and state champion with the Warriors in 2000.
Warriors, number 1, Kirsten Wood.
The Wood sisters, I mean, that family name for field hockey, you know, it started with Kirsten, works its way down, and they were the reason that I went to a Warwick camp.
Oh, that's the goal. Kirsten Wood.
The Woods family is a great family. They breed field hockey players. Kirsten was a really good kid.
She played midfield for us, and so she got a little bit both on the offense and defense. So she had a lot more ability in regards on the defensive end, and really helped us out. But she was fierce too.
She had the ability to score. She could defend.
She's just gonna keep on going.
She's determined. Oh, beautiful. You could almost see the determination in that.
Excellent passing skills, excellent stick handling skills. She had a nice second gear to get around people. You know, look at her career. She was a 4-time All-Star at Warwick, 3-time first-team All-State, 2-time All-American. Then she goes to Penn State and she wins 2 more All-American honors. So she was just a great player.
The Wood sisters were a big reason why we knew we needed to get to Warwick, and we needed to learn from Coach Durr, and we needed to watch them because they were what success was. You know, they were complete field hockey players. And again, you know, it's all part of that Warwick Bob Durr legacy.
2001 Lancaster Lebanon champions is Warwick High School.
But when you think of, there are a few names that come to mind. Alyssa Manley's one. The Wood sisters are absolutely part of that.
I was very, very fortunate as a coach. You know, it's nice when you get sisters, you know, and family. You got the one. Okay, well, how good is the next one going to be? and you know, how good is the next one going to be? The one thing is that they had great family support. I just remember their mom and dad just being so supportive of the program. that we had and their daughters.
We've cracked the top 5 in our countdown, but coming up next, we unveil who made the top 3 and who's walking away as our #1 field hockey player of the last 20 years.